Anonymous. Okay. So the next morning, we woke up, rise and shine, and we went to Arbel. Where we did a nice opening ceremony. I hold the Bible and I shared with you the fact that you're. Come join us. Well, thank you. Is Ibrahim there? So we did a nice ceremony together, and we did a shechianu on the wine, and then we did a nice hike down Arbel. Thank you for finishing it alive. And we got to the bottom. And we drove to eat your first falafel/shawarma. From there, we drove up to Mount Ben Tai, where we overlooked into Syria, and we talked about. You have chairs in the other room. Talked about what's happening in Syria today, what has happened in the past, and from there we head to the Golan wineries, and we tasted some of the wine, and we head back to the hotel. That evening,
We did an activity.
Right, we did an activity of
Lawyers.
Lawyer activity.
Which Brandon slayed.
Yep. So, yeah, and then some of you hanged out in the lobby in the little bar. Next morning, we drove first thing in the morning to Tzfat. At Tzfat, we met Abraham. One word about Abraham? Ruby. Like, names! Amazing. Then we walked through the nice, beautiful streets of Tzfat. I shared with you guys the fact that you could be Jewish in any way that you wish to be. And then we went to a couple of synagogues. We went to the Abu Haf synagogue and to the Ari synagogue. We went to Tzfat candles. We did some shopping, had food. And from there we head to Park Goren. Park Goren, which I know was the highlight of the trip for most of you.
Oh my God.
One word. Yellow.
Propaganda.
What was that?
Backwards.
Industrial park.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Industrial Park. We heard about Steph Meltheimer and his vision and how he's trying to change the world. We went back to the hotel. We had dinner, and in the evening, some of us saw a movie. We saw a movie called Bufo. Next morning, we did check out from the hotel, and we drove to Sipori. One word, Sipori?
Rain.
What? Oh.
So at Sipori,
Oh my God, it's frozen.
yeah, that was a cold day. That was a cold day. We went to Sipori. At Sipori, we visited only the synagogue. That was the only place with a roof.
That's interesting though.
It's cool to live again.
Next time. And we talked about the Judaism that used to be and about how Judaism was able to adapt to a new modern world at the time, and how that reflects to Jews living in America today. From there, we drove to Tel Aviv. What's going on?
He's pretending like he doesn't know.
Nothing. Mind your
We
business.
drove to Tel Aviv.
Okay, we're listening. Guys, reflect.
We drove to Tel Aviv, where we met our Israeli friends. We did some icebreakers. We got to know each other, and then we went out to the market. It was a great rainy day, and we strolled through the market of Tel Aviv, common market, and then we head back to the hotel. We got dressed up nicely, and we met together for our Friday night service. One word, Friday night service.
Beautiful, magical.
Funny.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Very good kiddush. Very good kiddush.
Wait.
Kiddush.
And then you saying it was a very good one.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you did it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After the service, we did kiddush on wine. Thank you, Rafael. And we blessed the bread, and then that evening some of you stayed up and hang out by the group. Next morning we woke up late, and we did a Jewish identity program. So the agree and disagree on the walls. And after that, we ate lunch, and we took a nice walk through the streets of Tel Aviv. We went to Rabin Square, had iced coffee, at least some of us did. And from there, we walked back to the hotel. That evening, afternoon, evening, I gave you guys a political sort of update on what's happening in Israel. And then that, Aliel, what was his name? I don't remember. Yeah, he came and he gave us his thingy, which is. And that evening we went out. We went out in Tel Aviv. Most of you went to the Evita. One word, night out in Tel Aviv.
Caboose.
Caboose.
So, guys, then we went back to the hotel. The next morning, we didn't check out from the hotel. We went to tour Jaffa. This is Sunday. We could tour Jaffa. At Jaffa, we did a nice overlook into Tel Aviv. I explained to you how Tel Aviv was created, more or less. Then we went down to the tree from an egg. Remember that? Tree from an egg.
And no one broke anything.
No one broke anything. Thank God.
That was something.
Pretty cool. Good, yeah. And from there, we walked through the streets, through the galleries of Jaffa, to the main square. We met that guy who took a photo of us. We're going to get those magnets tonight at the airport.
Oh, wow.
They got more
Yeah,
magnets?
yeah.
Wait, did
I thought the magnet was
No, this was another one.
Oh.
More
A lot of
magnets.
pictures.
Woo!
As in, yeah.
From Jaffa, we went down to the Levinsky market, where these guys showed us around where they used to live. They lived there for about a half a year. We walked around, got to taste some of the tastes of Tel Aviv. Then we walked to a Florentine neighborhood. We had lunch. Some of you came extremely late. And then we drove all the way down.
That was everybody.
No. I forgot what this was. We came late.
You were one of them.
Oh.
And then we drove down south to the Bedouin camp. Oh, thank you. We rode camels. One word about camels.
Cute.
Vicious. Unhappy.
Because,
The sad.
Oh yeah, so baby camels. So we rode camels, and then we had some nice time in the tent. We went to here. Some of you joined me for an update about what's happening with the Bedouins today. And then we eventually went to hear the Bedouin guy share us what Bedouins are all about. We had Bedouin dinner. We went out into the desert a bit to meditate underneath the stars. Then we went back, stopped by the bonfire, and had a nice night at the tent. Next morning, we woke up and we drove to Masada.
That was my favorite.
That was my favorite.
We got to Masada. On the way, we heard that David Bowie died, which was sad. And as we got to Masada, we climbed up through the growing ground, toured around. We met Herods. We met King Herod. We met the Roman soldier. We met Yochanan ben Zakkai, and all these zombie Jews. Masada. We concluded in the beautiful synagogue of Masada, and then we started hiking down. One word about Masada?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Not up to protocol.
Yeah, they got railings.
Brown. Okay, thanks. The visitor center. We ate lunch, did some shopping, and from there we went to the Dead Sea. We got a chance to float on the water, put mud all over your body, and from there we drove to Yerushalayim. We did a nice overlook of Mount Scopius. We drove to our hotel, Caesar Hotel. What did we do that evening?
Shower.
We did an activity where some of you donated or put your information for going there with donations.
Of course. We did the bow and arrow thingy, and then we did a talent show. Thank you for all the participants. Next morning, we woke up right in time, and we went to Mount Herzl, where we toured around. We talked about memory in Israel society, and we met Herzl. You heard of Herzl? And from there we went to Yitzhak Rabin and Golda Meir, and then the Israelis sort of took over the tour. They showed us some significant sites for them. They shared with us their relationship with the army and with lost people who were lost during the service. We ended up at the Ethiopian Memorial at the end of the Mount Herzl, and from there we drove to the Rose Garden where we said goodbye to our Israeli friends.
Memories. And pizza. Oh, stomachy. That can be said about everything.
Yeah.
Cats.
There are cats in Masada.
I love
There
it.
were cats everywhere. Every single place was there.
And then we went to the mega event.
Where was this? On the floor.
We got to the mega event extremely early.
4,000 years ago. The big party.
You weren't allowed in. You had a gun.
All right, I'm that.
I'm that Jew. I'm the only one that had a good time.
You made out with someone.
We personally met Benjamin and Netanyahu.
Yes.
We should all Israel. So we got there extremely early to be ready for this amazing event, and then that ended.
No, it ended and then we couldn't leave.
And then we walked to the hotel, and some of you enjoyed Israeli Chinese food and burgers.
And then someone got sick.
Yeah, Gorgeous really enjoyed them. Still enjoying it. Still enjoying it. So I'm still feeling it.
Okay. place. And then we went to eat lunch. Then we went to Yad Vashem. One word, Yad Vashem. Powerful.
Architecture.
Amazing.
Okay. From Yad Vashem, we went back to the hotel. We got organized, and last night we went out to a neighborhood called Kanem, where apparently some mafia, sort of rich, wealthy people with fancy cars were decided that they also want to be there. I don't know if you noticed what was going on. I don't know who that was.
That was all those guys having a birthday.
That doesn't happen in Israel.
Yeah. That was a cover.
Like those are all the fancy cars in Israel. That's it. That's it. It's like 5. And yeah, and then we got back to the hotel. And this morning we woke up. We loaded the bus. We drove to the old city of Jerusalem. We went to the Davidson Center. We talked about the Judaism as it used to be and as it is today. We did small discussions about what's better, what are the advantages and disadvantages. We did bar bat mitzvahs at the Western Wall. And from there we went to say a prayer at the Western Wall. And we walked up to the rooftops of Jerusalem, where we had an interesting political discussion about all the different groups in Jerusalem. We exit Jerusalem through Mount Zion, Zion's Gate, and a bus. We drove to the mall, spent all the rest of our money. And here we are.